hungry. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. So today, obviously, we're going to be doing our morning routine. So first I give out medication and then Oxbow tabs. Bun Bun's going to get this digestive one. There you go. Hi, Kelvin. Hi, baby. Look at all those poops everywhere. So Kelvin gets Medicam in the morning and at night for his arthritis. There you go. Good boy. And what will we give you? Do you want vitamin C? There you go, buddy. Okay, and then Bullseye gets his tummy meds. He gets this every morning and night as well. He has a chronic stomach issue, which his stomach will stop if he doesn't have this. So there's Bullseye. There you go. And then now I just go around and give out some vitamin C tabs. I just give half to everybody. There you go, Angus. There you go, Huck. There you go, Apple. Here, Nook. There you go, sweetie. Here, Reese. Good girl. Hi, Pecan. Hey, Littles. Hi, Raisin. You dropped it, sweetie. Here, Nammy. Right by your foot, sweetie. Right by your foot, down there. You got it? Okay. So then I can give Bun his pellets because I don't have to tidy anything up for him. And he likes to get them. Are you coming? So Bun, we did have a blue plastic mat here, but he destroyed it. So far he has left that liner though, which is nice, so they have something nice and soft. So next I sweep up. This little guy is very impatient. And then that little guy is really loud. But we'll get to use. First I like to do Kelvin because his cage is smaller. The poops are just more concentrated. So I just like to get him tidied up first. So they can be all fresh and clean. So Kelvin went to the vets last week for a health check. And I wanted to go over pain management for him because he just was not staying okay with just pain meds once a day. So we got prescribed twice a day and he's doing much better. And the big thing that's different about him is he's eating and drinking a lot more now and he's out a lot more. He has bad arthritis in his back hips there. Can I get a couple poops over here? And one of the big things that I noticed too is how bright his eyes are. Sometimes when he isn't comfortable, they're quite squinty. For now, he has bright, beautiful eyes, and he likes to pay attention to what you're doing, which was something else that he wasn't always looking at you or caring what was going on. So those are all signs to look out for your senior pigs. He was quite withdrawn and now he is very active and looks just happy. There's more hay for you, bud. So after I sweep up each cage, I give them their pellets to get that going. And their pellets are the Oxbow Essentials. There you go, bud. Calvin usually chows down on hay though. Okay, next I do this cage because these guys are so rowdy that I just like to get them tidied up and get their pellets out to them. Hi baby boys, how are you doing? These guys are so cute. They're doing so well together too. Because Angus will be kind of in his teenage months now. He's 3 months, and usually about 3 to almost a year they can kind of be a bit hormonal. But he has such a good personality to match with Bullseye. He's a very happy, just happy jumpy pig, where Bullseye's a bit more of an anxiety pig. So they're a good match anyway. These guys sure do poop a lot. And that used to be a full-sized Oxbow Timothy hay tunnel. And they're one of the few pigs that actually literally will eat it. A lot of the other pigs just would run through it or sleep in it. But these guys, all the time I catch them ripping it apart to eat it, which is cool, because that's what it's for. Hi, bud. So last night was cage cleaning night, so I don't have to change any pads or beds. Probably tonight I'll have to change some beds and pads though. I clean their cages out fully twice a week, but at any time that these pads by their hay needs to be changed, they get changed. And same with pads for their beds. And this is just their garbage, obviously, where I put everything. And I change that out once a week, because by the end of the week it's full. So everybody gets 1/8 of a cup. For pairs, that's 1/4 cup for them to share. You're so cute. And once their pellets are gone, they're gone. That is my rule. The only person that rule doesn't apply to is Calvin. I do give him 1/4 cup because that lasts him a long time, and I like to make sure he has lots to eat. Okay, so those guys are ready, because after I'm done tidying everybody, I go get their vegetables. So this is Huckle and Apple. Apple's been off her medication for a week now, and she's doing well. Hi, buddy. So we're just hoping that she doesn't have any more yeast infections happening. We'll see. Every time I clean the cage, I make sure I thoroughly check her to see that she's okay. And so far, so good. So it's been really nice. I finally feel like 100% am used to having the pigs down here. It's really nice. I don't miss the room upstairs one bit anymore, because I just come down here and can spend so much time. I feel like there's lots of room to hang out, and it's really fun. And all the pigs seem to really enjoy their space. They always get to see laps and popcorns. Oh, someone the other day asked me, how is it that 2 boars can be beside a female here? I have plexiglass, and I actually put up coroplast in the corners here, because Bullseye was chewing on these grids here if he could smell Huckle or Apple there. It's just his personality though, because he's very high anxiety. But otherwise, Apple's spayed, so she's not going to give off anything, because she's not going to come into heat, which would be the biggest thing that's going to drive the males wild. But there's the plexiglass and everything like that, so they can't even get to her. So now that I've put the coroplast in the corners, Bullseye doesn't even pay attention. Before, he was doing some whining and a bit of bar chewing, so it was kind of making him, you know, on edge. So I didn't like that. So as soon as I put the coroplast where he can't even reach or smell anybody, it's like he's forgotten about it. Angus never once was in the corner smelling anybody because his personality just, he's not worried about that stuff. So it just depends on your boars, really. Because Littlefoot, he's neutered, but he has no plexiglass between two intact females, and he is never chewing the bars or worked up about them at all. So it all just depends on their personality. But definitely, if you have males that are intact and females that are intact, you need to be very careful that they can't get across, because some males will be determined and would impregnate the females maybe through the grids, or jump in a hay bag and jump over, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, get their pellets for them. There you go, pretty girl. You're my baby apple. Alrighty. So next is Raisin and Nook. They are doing so well together. I'm very pleased. The only thing I see once in a while is Nanook will give her the tiniest nip to get out of her way. But you see that with all pairs. Otherwise, these guys do laps together. They're always running and playing around. Eat side by side. They seem very comfortable with each other. They're pigs where I have to change this liner once a day, because by tonight this one will be quite wet. They pee the most and poop the most right up here, especially if I put a little hay pile down, which I had been doing lately just because, well, when I first got Reese, I had been doing it just to make sure she was getting lots of hay, because she's just a baby. But now I'm trying to not put as much of a pile down just because wet hay stinks. And she's been eating from the hay bag just fine. Hi, sweetie. How are ya? How are you, cutie? How are you doing? How are you? She has really long bum hair. She doesn't seem like she's going to be long-haired anywhere else, but her bum hair is quite long in the back. Hey, pretty girl, Nook. How are you? How are you two ladies doing today? So these ladies don't always eat all their pellets, the whole quarter cup, which doesn't really surprise me since Reese is still quite small. But I still give them a quarter cup every day, just in case. Some days it's almost all gone. Some days some is left. Are you popcorning? You guys getting silly? You guys are so cute. Okay, so let's move on. I always get so distracted with watching them. Hi, bud. I know, I'll get veggies soon. Just gotta tidy everybody else up. Okay, so here's Pecan and Littlefoot. Cutest little piggies. These guys are quite messy with poops everywhere. But that's okay. One day I would like to be able to adopt another little baby girl to put with these guys. They're just a really nice calm pair, and then it would be nice for Littlefoot's neuter to have not been for nothing. Because if you didn't know, he was neutered so that I could have a quad with Nanny and Raisin, and it did well until Nanny was in heat and Littlefoot bugged her way too much, and she has a heart murmur, and it was not good for her murmur, put too much stress on it. Otherwise, that quad had worked out perfect, so it kind of stinks that they're not all together, but they're still neighbors, and I still see them touching noses all the time. Raisin really likes to touch noses with Littlefoot when he's around. She always really liked Littlefoot though. They were the ones that were always running and jumping and playing. So I think Littlefoot would definitely like to have a little friend someday. But for right now, I'm in no rush because I have so many pigs already. Everybody's really been liking these logs too. The pigs that I see chewing them the most are actually Apple and Huckle, really chewing off the bark and everything. But a lot of them are chewing them, running through them, sleeping under them, so they've been a big hit. And I really like having the food dishes by water bottles because, as you'll see, Bozai keeps drinking water and then eating pellets, drinking water, eating pellets. I just like that. Gets him nice and hydrated, keeps flushing things out. Okay, babies, your pellets. There you go. Alright, so the last cage is Nanny and Raisin. They've actually ate all their pellets today. They're really hit and miss about their pellets as well. Sometimes they leave a ton, and other days they eat them all. So you just never know. I guess it just depends what they feel like. But pellets, like, I'm not worried if they don't eat all the pellets. The biggest thing I like is that everybody's eating lots of hay and fresh veggies. So for Nanny and Raisin, I can only give them Timothy hay. They like the orchard grass hay, but unfortunately the orchard grass hay makes Nanaimo's poops really soft and squishy, and then it just makes a big mess. Where if I keep her on just Timothy, she seems fine, so that's what we're doing from now on. I used to still give them a mix of both, but even her just having a teeny bit just does not sit right with her tummy, because the orchard grass is a lot moister and richer, so it's not suitable for every pig, I guess. That was like what butterscotch was like. Her tummy just didn't like it. Okay, so I'm already changing this pad because it feels wet, and that was just from last night. So all the pads I keep all under the bins here, which is super accessible, and hay is under here as well. So it's really quick just to change things in the morning. So that's one thing I go by, like there's no rules of when I change things. Like yes, I change the cages twice a week, but for any pads or beds, I don't care if I just change them. I'll change it again if they need it so that everybody's clean and tidy. Calvin's cage is a cage though that even if it's not cage cleaning night and it looks messy, since it's smaller, I'll clean it. I'd say we're usually cleaning his cage about 3 times a week at least, which is fine. It's just he really doesn't need a bigger cage though because of his bad arthritis. I like to keep everything really accessible and close for him. I wouldn't want to give him a bigger cage so that he has to move farther. What did I do with my scoop? Here it is. Okay, sweeties. Here we are. Hi. What are you doing, baby Reese? Okay, so I'm just going to go in the laundry room here to wash my hands. We're having somebody look at the washing machine today because the barrel's sitting tilted and won't sit straight anymore. So I love having the laundry room right here because as you can see I have their brittle water, so it's so easy just to fill that up and then as soon as anybody needs water, change it. get some water going through there in case people need it. Piggies. Alright, so now we will be going upstairs to make some vegetables. I can't wait to one day hopefully have a fridge here where I can just cut their veggies right down here. Boom! Veggies! Okay, so Bun's veggies are in this dish. He has radicchio, leaf lettuce, and parsley. Oftentimes after he eats his pellets, he'll be a bit before he even cares about his vegetables. It's just how he's always been. Okay, so first I like to get Kelvin his stuff. So everybody gets lettuce, radicchio, green pepper, and tomato. And then I like to go over to these guys because, as per usual, they're yelling and yelling. Oops, peppers are falling. So everybody gets 2 really huge leaves of lettuce or a couple more smaller ones. The radicchio, just kind of rip off some leaves. And everybody gets about 1/8 of a pepper. And then for the pears, I just cut up 1 cherry tomato. He loves tomato. And that's that. Hi, babies. Now, Huckle's a pig. He likes some veggies and then he'll leave them for a bit. He really likes his hay the best, which is fine. Hi, pretty girls. There you go. Okay, sweeties. Now, Pecan is a lettuce monster. And I try to keep more of the radicchio over on Littlefoot's side because still some days she'll be a tiny bit bloated, other days not, so I have no idea what it is. It's never anything serious though, but there we go. Okay, so next I just check everybody's water. I did fill up a lot of them last night, and I do think everybody's okay. Because otherwise, that's what I would do right now, is take waters and fill them up. I might actually stuff some hay bags full with some Timothy hay. Until our washing machine's fixed in there, I'm just keeping this extra box of Timothy on the stairs. Normally, I would go move this down into the laundry room so that I could eventually break it up and put it into the bins under the cages. But I just want to make sure there's enough room for the gentleman coming over today to move the washer out of the way and look at it. The washer still works, it's just that darn barrel's off center, so it can get so loud with banging around, so I need to get that fixed. So anybody asking, this is Oxbow's 50-pound boxes. This is Timothy, and I get orchard grass. And where I get it from is from Home Hardware that has a pet section. My mother-in-law works at one, and I just had asked if they could order in the bigger sizes, and they can. So that's how I get it. So I highly recommend you look at places online, or you just go into stores that sell Oxbow and ask them, will you order in the bigger sizes? Like, generally speaking, I like the orchard grass better just because it's softer. But all the pigs really do like having the Timothy as well. And as I said, that's all Nanaimo can handle. So I like to divide it up. Sometimes I'll put orchard in their hay bags. Sometimes I'll put in Timothy. There, I think that's good for right now. So that's pretty much what our mornings are all about. And then I usually stand here for a while and watch everybody eat and play around and make sure everybody's okay. And there's Mr. Bun. Mr. Bun's been really good about fleece lately, so I like to give him a couple pads here and there to rest on. And eventually I'd like to try just one big liner under here. Hey Bud, you being a good boy? Yeah, you're being a real good boy. It's really nice if he could have some pads to lay on. Because before, what he would do, he would just destroy it instantly. And obviously I don't want him ripping up fabrics because I wouldn't want him to ingest any and then have a blockage. But since he's been leaving them, that's awesome. It's really nice to know he has a super comfy spot to sleep. Hey, you good boy? Did you see I have your veggies over there? You're probably full from pellets, aren't you? Okay, guys. That's about it. So we will see you all later. Love you, bud.